Welcome back to Gossip Gallery, where the spotlight isn't just about sparkle. It's about soul, and today we're pulling back the curtain on a woman whose fame wasn't born of scandal, shock, or spectacle, but something much more enduring, raw, unfiltered emotion. We're talking about Karen Carpenter, the soft-spoken songbird whose voice didn't just echo through radios, it echoed through hearts. In an era dominated by loud personalities and flashbulb moments, Karen stood apart, captivating the world not with noise but with nuance. She didn't bear it all in the way tabloids love to showcase. There were no dramatic outfits or publicity stunts, but rather, she offered something infinitely more intimate, her truth. Through every lyric she sang, every gaze caught on camera, Karen Carpenter revealed layers of vulnerability, grace, and a quiet strength that continues to mesmerize decades later. As one half of the iconic duo The Carpenters, she helped sell over 100 million records in the 1970s, with a voice described as velvet dipped in melancholy, so smooth, yet piercing, each note wrapped in emotion. But Karen wasn't just heard. She was felt, and that was her magic. Her beauty didn't need styling gimmicks or runway dramatics. There was something hauntingly cinematic about her stillness, her softness, and that ever-present shadow in her smile. When you look at old photo shoots of Karen, those dreamy soft-focus portraits from album covers or grainy backstage moments captured in a flash, you don't just see a pop star. You see a woman revealing something deeper. She didn't pose to impress. She existed in the moment, her presence enough to fill a frame with emotion. Every image felt like a whisper, like she was telling you something without speaking. That kind of visual honesty is rare in celebrity culture, and in Karen's case, unforgettable. Fans today still circulate those timeless photos, sharing them online with captions like, "She says more with her eyes than most say in an autobiography," or, "Karen didn't have to show skin. She showed soul." That's the power of presence, and Karen had it in spades. And yet, beneath all that brilliance, we now know Karen was carrying a profound inner struggle. The fame that elevated her also came with relentless pressure, especially around her body, her image, and the impossible expectations of the music industry. Her battle with anorexia, at a time when it was barely understood, adds an even deeper layer to her legacy. But what made Karen truly remarkable was that she never faked anything. In a world obsessed with perfection, she let herself be real. And that rawness, not the kind splashed on gossip magazine covers, but the kind that lingers in the soul, still resonates. She didn't need to shout to be heard. Her silences were louder than most celebrity interviews. Her vulnerability wasn't a brand. It was a fact of who she was, and people felt it. Whether she was singing Rainy Days and Mondays, or simply standing in a candid snapshot with a distant look in her eyes, she had that rare ability to make the viewer pause, lean in, and feel. Unlike so many who chase fame by any means necessary, Karen Carpenter simply existed, and we were lucky enough to witness it. She didn't perform for approval. She expressed for survival. And that's why she's still being talked about all these years later, not for the drama, but for the depth. In her photos, in her voice, and in her story, she offered a kind of emotional nakedness that's far more daring than any tabloid-worthy outfit. She bared everything that mattered: her heartbreaks, her hopes, her humanity. And while the industry often forgot to protect her, fans never forgot how she made them feel. Her life may have been tragically short, but her impact is eternal. Today, Karen is remembered not just as a musical genius, but as a symbol of grace under pressure, of beauty that doesn't need gloss, and of a woman who let us see the cracks, because that's where her light got in. So here at Gossip Gallery, we're not just pausing to admire a retro icon, we're honoring a woman who changed the emotional tone of pop culture without ever having to sell an image. She simply was herself, and that was everything. If Karen Carpenter ever made you feel seen, understood, or just stopped you in your tracks with the sheer ache of her voice, let this be your reminder. Not all icons burn bright in flashes. Some glow steadily, tenderly, and forever. Like a favorite song that never leaves your heart, Karen's presence still plays on. So go ahead and hit that like button if you're one of the many who still get chills from her voice. Share your favorite Carpenters lyric or memory in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Gossip Gallery for more timeless stories of stars who didn't need to chase fame. They became it just by being real. Karen Carpenter didn't need headlines to be legendary. She only needed one moment of honesty, and she gave us a lifetime of them.